He looked at the child, so small, so innocent, a new life just entering the world. But as he studied the baby's face, a cold realization gripped his heart. That nose, those eyes, they looked too much like the man next door. Or was his mind playing tricks on him? No, maybe it was the traitor who passed through months ago. But one thing was certain, this was not his child. Oh, my wife, why? I have given you everything. Why wasn't I enough? Sit back, open your heart, and prepare to be blessed as we dive into the powerful story of Hosea and Gomer, a story of betrayal, heartbreak, and a love that refuses to let go. Hosea was a man of God, a prophet who spoke truth to Israel. But then, God asked him to do the unthinkable, the beginning of the word of the Lord by Hosea. And the Lord said to Hosea, Go, take unto thee a wife of whoredoms and children of whoredoms, for the land hath committed great whoredom, departing from the Lord. Why? Because Israel had been unfaithful to God, chasing after other gods like a cheating wife. Hosea's marriage would be a living message, a painful, real-life example of how deeply God loves his people, even when they betray him. This is a story of shattered vows, and a love fiercer than pride, of a God who chases the runaway, and a prophet who learned that redemption begins when the truth breaks you. Hosea obeyed God's command. He took Gomer, a woman of beauty but also of brokenness, and made her his wife. She had been known for her past, but he chose to love her anyway. Their home was once filled with warmth. Laughter echoed through the walls. Their children played in the fields. Hosea worked hard to provide, making sure Gomer lacked nothing. But something was missing. Gomer's heart was restless. She had a husband who loved her, yet she still felt the pull of the world outside her home. Perhaps she longed for the thrill of her old life, the excitement, the freedom, the attention, things she once thought she had left behind. At first it was just small things. Maybe she lingered too long at the market, talking to men who admired her beauty. Maybe she reminisced about her past, wondering if she had settled too soon. Maybe she felt trapped in a love that was too pure, too stable, too secure. And then, she left. One night, Hosea reached for her in their bed, but the space beside him was cold and empty. He waited. Maybe she had just gone to visit a friend. Maybe she would return. But as days turned into weeks, the truth was undeniable. She had run to another, and then, another. She wasn't just gone. She had given herself to men who did not love her. She went after those who offered her jewelry, perfume, fine clothes, and empty promises. Hosea heard the whispers in town. Everyone knew. Poor Hosea. His wife has left him again. Did you hear? That last child might not even be his. He's a man of God. How could this happen to him? But the deepest cut wasn't what people said. It was the ache in his own heart. Hosea had loved her. He had given her everything, and yet she wanted more. Doesn't this sound familiar? How often do we do the same to God? He blesses us with love, security, and truth, yet we chase after what the world offers. He provides for us, yet we say it's not enough. He calls us his own, yet we turn to things that only leave us empty. Like Gomer, we trade a faithful God for fleeting pleasures. Yet, even in her betrayal, even in her sin, Hosea did not stop loving her, and just like that, God does not stop loving us. But could any love endure this kind of betrayal? Could any heart forgive such deep wounds? Stay with us, because this story is far from over, and what happens next will shock you. The pain was unbearable. Everywhere Hosea went, he saw reminders of her. The empty chair at their table, the scent of her perfume lingering in their home, the sound of her laughter, once his joy, now a fading memory. And then, there were the whispers. He's a fool. Let her go. She made her choice. Why chase after her? A man of God, yet his own wife betrays him? What kind of prophet is that? Each word cut deep. But no one knew the weight Hosea carried. At night he wept before God. Why, Lord, why did you ask me to love a woman who would break my heart? But through the silence a deeper truth settled in his spirit. Hosea, your love is a shadow of my love. Your pain is a glimpse of my heartbreak. As Gomer has betrayed you, so has Israel betrayed me. And just as you will not give up on her, I will not give up on my people. And so Hosea did the unthinkable. He searched for her. Through the dark alleys, past the crowded markets, into the filth of the city, he pursued her. He knew where she had gone. He knew whose arms she had fallen into, and yet, he still wanted her back. While Hosea searched, Gomer had hit rock bottom. The men who once adored her had moved on. The ones who promised her gold and luxury now treated her as worthless. The life she chased had left her used and discarded, and now, she was about to be sold. Her freedom, gone, her beauty faded, her pride crushed. She was no longer a woman desired, she was a slave to be bought. And then she saw him. Through the crowd, a familiar face appeared, a face she never expected to see again. Hosea, did he come to mock her, to remind her of her shame? Did he come to say, I told you so? No, he came to redeem her. The auctioneer's voice echoed through the crowded marketplace. Who will buy this woman? The crowd responded with disdain, their voices dripping with contempt. She's used up! Worthless! A few silver coins should do! And then, amidst the jeers and scoffs, a voice rang out with unexpected determination. Hosea said, I will buy her! The crowd fell silent, stunned by Hosea's declaration. The crowd turned. Who would pay for someone like her? It was Hosea. The whispers grew louder. Why would he do this? She betrayed him. She's not worth it. But Hosea ignored them all. He reached into his purse and pulled out 15 pieces of silver and a measure of barley. A price paid for a slave. And just like that, she was his again. Not as a servant, not as a slave, but as his wife. Come home, no more running, no more other lovers, no more shame, you are mine, and I will love you. She didn't deserve it, she hadn't earned it, but he chose her anyway. Now, take a moment to reflect. Gomer was unfaithful. Gomer betrayed love. Gomer chased the world, but aren't we just like her? We run from God and chase after things that can't satisfy. We sell ourselves to sin, believing it will bring us happiness. We break his heart over and over again. And yet, God still pursues us. Just like Hosea paid a price to bring Gomer home, Jesus paid the ultimate price to redeem us. Not silver and barley, but his own blood. Even when we were lost, broken, and deep in sin, he still said, "You are mine." So, now I ask you, have you ever felt too far gone for God's love? What are the things pulling you away from God's faithfulness? How does knowing that Jesus paid the price for you change the way you live? Comment below, let's talk about it. Hosea's story shows us a love that never gives up, no matter what. If this powerful lesson were a movie, what would you title it? And what's the one truth you want to carry into your own life? Drop your ideas in the comments below. Let's inspire each other to live out this radical, faithful love every day. Together, we can grow stronger in faith and kindness. See you in the next video, because this story is just the beginning.